Steve the painter was hired to repaint all the bedrooms in a new customer's house. As Steve started painting, he was intrigued by a peculiar painting. He felt drawn to it. The painting hung in the master bedroom's farthest corner, shrouded in dust and mystery. The artwork depicted a vast, desolate field under an eerie violet sky. In the distance, a lone figure stood at the edge of the canvas, barely discernible, yet unsettlingly present. As Steve continued to paint the master bedroom, stepping closer to the picture, a cold shiver crawled up his spine. The painting seemed to pulse, as if alive, beckoning him. The closer he got, the stronger the pull became. Then, without warning, the world around him blurred. The floor beneath his feet dissolved, and an overwhelming force yanked him forward. He hit the ground hard, but it was no longer the bedroom floor. It was cold, dry earth. The air was thick, stale, and laced with a metallic tang. Dazed, Steve looked up. The sky was the same violet hue as in the painting. The desolate field stretched endlessly before him. He turned back, but the customer's house was gone. In its place stood only the canvas, looming like a doorway that had already begun to seal itself shut. Panic surged through him. He ran toward the shrinking portal, but an invisible force held him back. A whisper, soft but insidious, filled the air.
"You belong here now."
A shadow moved in the corner of his vision. The lone figure from the painting was no longer distant. It stood just feet away. Its features were blurred, shifting, yet horrifyingly familiar. It was him, his own reflection, twisted and lifeless, its mouth opened, stretching unnaturally wide, and too many teeth. A scream tried to escape Steve's throat, but no sound came. Back at the customer's house, Steve's fiancé Sadia stopped by to surprise Steve with some lunch. Sadia entered the house and saw all Steve's painting equipment, but there were no signs of Steve. She walked through the house, calling Steve's name, but all she saw were the empty halls and rooms. The air was stale with neglect, dust clinging to every surface. She paused in front of the master bedroom and glanced over to a peculiar painting. The violet sky, the desolate field, the creepy lone figure standing in the distance. Sadia knew something was not right. She closed her eyes for a moment, and when she opened them, the figure wasn't distant anymore. It stood at the foreground, reaching out, and it looked exactly like Steve, but unnatural. A cold chill ran through her as the painting pulsed. The house lights flickered. The ground beneath her wavered. She was paralyzed and could not move as the haunting figure got closer. The lights flickered again. Then everything went dark. A few minutes later, all the lights came back on. She was gone. Thank you for checking out Sinister Stories for You channel. If you love our spine-chilling tales and terrifying horror stories, don't forget to stab that subscribe button. Murder that bell icon so you never miss a new horror-filled adventure. Your support helps keep the nightmares coming. Please comment below and let us know what kind of twisted, sinister stories you want next.